Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kubernetes series. Today's video we are going to discuss Gateway API. And last video we discussed about the Ingress and Ingress controller. What is the difference between the Ingress and Ingress controller? And we have completed the hands-on demo also. If you didn't watch that video, please go and watch that video, and after that come back to today's video because this video prerequisite is Ingress. Ingress is a prerequisite. If you didn't watch the Ingress controller video, you are not able to understood single thing about the gateway API. That's why please go and watch that video and please come back to the today's video. Prerequisite is a Ingress. Okay, and this is my YouTube channel, Ash Academic. This is the 6.1 Ingress controller. Please watch this video. After that, come back to the today's video. This is the 6.2 video because both concepts are same. That's why 6.1 and 6.2 I taking the two videos. That's why. Okay. See, Ingress is a basics and Gateway API is a top of that advanced topics. That's why Ingress, if you understood, Gateway API is a easy concept. And last video I told, today's video I'm taking the Gateway API and what are the drawbacks in the Ingress controller. Today's video I will discuss. Okay, let us go to the today's topic. Okay, and today's video we are going to discuss what is Gateway API and why Gateway API. What is the Gateway API and why Gateway API? Today, see, last video also I told, if you are learning any concepts, first why this topic if you are learning, and what's the uses of this topic you are using. If you know these two topics, you can easily understood the all topics. Okay, okay, let us uh, go to the why Gateway API. See, Gateway API means it's same about the Ingress. What Ingress is doing, same thing only Gateway API also doing. Same thing only it will solving the Gateway API also. But Gateway API, it will be solving the what are the drawbacks in the Ingress. In the drawbacks, it will be solving the Gateway API. That's why companies are migrating to the Ingress to the Gateway API. Even my company still we are using the Ingress. My previous company we are using the Gateway API. That's why current AI world everyone is moving to the Gateway API. That's why this is a very good concept and this is the latest tool of the Gateway API. That's why please focus on the video and learn the concept. Okay. In Kubernetes, we have an Ingress. Last video we discussed. Why should you migrate to the Gateway API? My question. Okay. See, we have some drawbacks in Gateway API. Okay. If you understood the yesterday's concept, um, okay, I will explain at the short bit of the Ingress. Okay, user are accessing my application. This is my Kubernetes cluster. I have two microservices is running. This is one microservice. This microservice is a pay service. Pay service, and I have one more microservice. That service is a book service. Take example. Okay, and I written my Ingress file. Ingress file, and I install the Ingress controller. And okay, I'll connect the points. This pay services, I'm writing the Ingress, and book service also I'm connecting the Ingress, and automatically Ingress controller, will create the load balancer ALB. In that ALB, we have to connect the route 53. We have to access. If user will be accessing the route 53, the route 53 directly going to the ALB. That ALB is host based mapping, and that ALB it will redirect into the ingress controller, and it will go to the ingress. And which service, if the user will be accessing the book services, it will go to the book service. If the user will be accessing the pay service, it will go to the pay service. Last video we discussed this topic with detail and hands-on also. Okay, if you don't understood, please go and watch yesterday's video and you will be understood the detail. Okay, now this ingress, we have some drawbacks is there. What are the drawbacks? Ingress major drawbacks, these two. We have a ingress controller, we have a two major drawbacks. See, in the first, before the ingress, directly we are using the load balancer and accessing the microservices. At that time, we have two services. Is them is we need to create two load balancers. We have spending lot of amount, right? At that time, Ingress came and to help. Instead of creating the too many load balancers, you can create one load balancer. In through that one load balancers, to the help of we can use the all microservices. We discussed last video same thing, and people are using the Ingress, they are finding the drawbacks. What are the drawbacks is there in Ingress? We have only two major drawbacks is there. One is limited scope of Ingress. Limited scope of Ingress. First one, what this exactly means, limited scope of Ingress means, see, if you know, if you are in the Ingress controller ML file, I already told, we have only two things only we have to mention in the Ingress specific file. Okay, I will open last Ingress control ML file. I already told we have only two things only we have to mention in the Ingress controller specific file. See, this is the our Ingress file. See, first thing is we have to service. Which service to access the our ingress controller? If user will be hitting the one services means it will redirect to the payment services. If user will be hitting the book service means it will redirect to the book services means which should be exposed to the load balancer and which services we are using that one. We have, this is the first one. And second one is which path should service should be access the end user. This is the path, means slash path. This path, the end user will be accessed, prefix, and the backend services. The two things. See, this first one is service. First one is service, and second one is the path. Ingress will be only mentioned in the two things. It will support only two things. One is the path based, and second one is the services. How many services we want to access to the ingress, we have to mention this many services in the ingress file. How many path we have to ingress, that many paths we have to mention in the ingress file. We have, it will not support anything. We have only support ingress, it will support only these two. Through the ingress resources, see, I will tell you an example. See, if ingress controller in Kubernetes tell to the load balancer, tell to the load balancer, hit the SVC service, like books SVC service, if I slash book, this is my path. If ALB, it will be telling to the book slash that book, it will redirect into the only slash book services only. If I choose to pay service, it will go to the only pay service. Go to the payment services. Go to the pay service. In simple ways, if user will be hitting the book service, it will read only go to the book service. If people are hitting the pay service, it will only go to the pay service. Same thing only I explained now. Okay. Now, this is the very, very basic thing. In today's world, just exposing the services through the load balancer, that is not enough. Really, I'm telling that is not enough. See, we want rate limiting also we want. See, just exposing the load balancer is not sufficient. That's why we want rate limitation. First thing is rate limitation. Rate limitation. See, rate limitations, it will not support the Ingress controller. And second thing is web application file. First understood the concept. I will tell you some important thing after this completing this one. Web application firewall. And third thing is HTTP rewriting. Redirecting. Redirect. And Canadian model deployment. Canadian deployment. See, in next video or after next video, I will take you only one section for the Canadian model deployment. Canadian deployment, and this is a very important topic. And I will take you the separate class also. But today's class also, I will be explain detailing about the Canadian model deployment because this is the very good concept. In a API gateway, it will support. That's why I'm explaining with the detailing. And next thing is denial of service attacks. And we have a lot many things is there. And rewrite URL. This is a very important. Rewrite URL. And you and next thing TLS certification and SSL certification. SSL certification. See, this many things not supporting the Ingress controller. It will only support the load balancer. And immediately you will get one question because you watched the Ingress controller yesterday's video, right? And you will get definitely this question. Ashwant, you told Ingress is supporting the web application firewall, HTTPS redirecting, it's supporting the Ingress controller, and rate imitation, SSL certification, TLS certification, HTTPS, and HTTP. It will all supporting the Ingress, no? But why you are saying again it will not supporting? Yeah, I'm telling it will support the Ingress, but it will supporting the Ingress controller, not Ingress. We are writing that help of the Ingress controller to the Ingress. What means? See, we have a concept is annotations in application load balancer controller. See, Ingress will be support TLS, SSL, and HTTPS rewriting. Everything it will support Ingress, but it will support. We have to write annotations in the Ingress controller file. See, see what is annotation? I will support. I will tell you. See, Ingress first. Ingress it will not support HTTPS redirect and TLS certification, SL certifications, and web application firewalls and rate imitations, Canary model deployment. These all things is not support Ingress and ALB and application load balancer controller means I told you, what is application load balancer controller means. We are using the Ingress controller to connect external application load balancer. In between, it will support the Ingress controller. This Ingress controller, we are using the in market lot many things. Nginx Ingress controller is there, ALB Ingress controller is there, lot many things. But yesterday's we are using the AWS Ingress controller. See, we are using the AWS load balancer Ingress controller. We are using through the Ingress controller only. We are connecting to the external load balancer. We have a concept is there annotations. These annotations, see, it will support all whatever I am explaining the drawbacks. It will support, but we have to write this uh, files in the our main YAML file. See, if you're open yesterday, see, yesterday HTTP and HTTPS it support, and certificate manager it support, and health checks it support, and security only for HTTP traffic it support, and tag for the cost it supported. But Ingress only this specific section only. But these things only for the annotation only. See, this means in Ingress controller, okay, Ingress is not supporting these things. That's why Ingress controller, they write the some files and they're uploaded to the annotation. We have to take this one and we have to upload it to the we have to write copy and paste it to the in our file, in our Ingress file. See, this is the production Ingress controller YAML file. See, its annotation is a JSON format. And if you open anything, see, it will support lot many things. It will support the subnets. It will support lot many things. But everything is a JSON file. And here the one more drawback is there in annotations. The drawback is it will only support only application load balancer only, application load balancer controller only, ALB load balancer, Ingress controller load balancer controller only it will support. And tomorrow if we are in our organizations, they are not using the AWS load balancer controller, they are using some different controller like Nginx controller. There are in market too many things is there, no, these too many things, one controller to one controller it will be change it. See, suppose in this AWS load balancer controller, we have, suppose we have to take the AWS controller namespace. See, this is the one YAML file. Same thing, if you take the Nginx load balancer, it will be changed. This format, it will be changed. That's why. That's why Gateway API has decided, okay, why we want to use the annotations, and I will fix these issues. And without using the annotations, we can build the entire application. That's why they have modified and they are giving release the market to the Gateway API. See, last video we used the annotations. That's why it supposed everything. See, internet facing we used, HTTP rewrite it we used, and load balancer we used. See, one more thing here, certificate manager we created manually, and manually one we have to attach it to the annotation. But AWS Gateway API, we are not creating anything about the manually in the certificate manager. Automatically Gateway API only it will create, and automatically it will attach, and it will support 60 days. After that it will rewrite, recreate the one more certificate and it will attach. We have to give our email ID, it will send to the our mail when it will be expiring, or when it will recreating the one, it will immediately it will send to them. And here path based also, see, and health check path based also we have given as a annotations, and HTTP we given time, timeout section we given everything, we given the annotations. But if you seen any Gateway API code, we are not mentioned anything about the annotations. That's why these annotations one controller to one controller it will be changed. That's why Gateway API has came with the new idea. We are not using the annotations. We have used something in built only. That's why all companies are changing to the Gateway APIs. Okay, I will explain the Gateway API code also. Now you got the clarity, right? What are the drawbacks in the Ingress controller? See, these are all the drawbacks. But I'm telling you one more time, Gateway API also, what are the Ingress it will doing? What Ingress doing? Same thing, 100%. It is doing the Gateway API also, but it will be doing more whatever the drawbacks is there in Ingress. The drawbacks it will be helping the Gateway API, but In the ingress drawbacks, it will be helping the ingress controller. But this ingress controller, one controller to one controller, it will be change this annotations. That's why uh, companies are not going to the this annotations in controller, because if today's they are using the ingress controller, tomorrow they are using the nginx ingress controller. In the market too many controllers is there. Instead of using this many controllers, if directly we can use the gateway controller, we don't need to write the annotations, because if you write the annotations means, uh, tomorrow if you update it means again you have to go on manually, you have to update everything, we have to go on check it everything. It will be time taking process, and it will be very risky, and it's very bad process. And some companies still there are using, some companies will be using the gateway API. That's why if you know the gateway API means, in interview you can crack the ingress and ingress controller and gateway API, these three topics. And yesterday also I told you, gateway API concept is a very very important concept, and ingress controller, these three topics if you are know means, can easily crack the interview and you easily will get the job. That's why I'm telling you this much of detail. Please spend some time and learn this concept. See, whatever I mentioned, these are the mandatory for the production level deployment. Canary deployment, HTTP redirecting, web application firewall, rate limitations. In some companies, rate limitations they will write in manually. See, if you are using this architecture, you have to write rate limitation in custom rate limitation. You have to write. If you use the gateway API means, gateway API, it's an open source project, and rate limitations they will write in the custom only, they'll write, and we have to directly clone it the repository, and you can use it in our project. That's why get rate limiting is very important. And canary deployment and security attacks and rewrite URL, I will explain these two, rate URL and TLS and SSL certificates. These many things is it's mandatory, but unfortunately Kubernetes Ingress, it's not supporting these things. It will support to the help of the controller annotations only. Whatever controller we are using, that controllers has a annotations is there, that annotations we have to see, this many annotations is there. See, we have to open, we have to use it. Just open, see, we have to use that services. That's why companies are not going for the annotations, they are going for the gateway APIs. They are moving to the gateway API. Now every company is still is migrating. That's why this is the latest tool of the gateway API. That's why if you know means, it's a adage of your resume. Okay. Now you got that clarity, right? Now I will be explain one more scenario. In that scenario, you will get the better clarity about the what is API gateway and why API gateway. Okay. Still now you understood what are the drawbacks in the ingress controller, and last video you understood what are the drawbacks in the application load balancer. If you know the application load balancer drawbacks, and if you know the ingress drawbacks, and you can easily understood the gateway API concepts. That's why please watch these two videos and complete the hands-on lab. And now I will explain the one scenario. Okay, I will explain this same. Okay, this is my Kubernetes cluster. I'm running one service. This service is mm, payment service or book services. Book services. Okay, and I'm using the Ingress. Ingress and Ingress controller. ALB Ingress controller. This is ALB, and this is the route 53. And this is the domain. Okay, books application. User will be going to the route 53, and route 53 to going to the ALB. ALB going to the controller, controller go to the ingress, ingress go to the books to the accessing. If user will be slash books, if user hit the slash book path, it will go to the books path. Okay, now see exactly what API gateway will do. Okay, in books company, mm, there are release the 10 books in the market. Okay, in users are reading the 10 books and everything, and and developers has uploaded the another 10 books. Okay, slash books, there another 10 books there are uploaded. Okay, now the question is, uh, they want to deploy this two. This is the version 1, this is the version 1, and this is the version 2. In the first version they have only 10 books only is there, and second version there's a 20 books is there. 10 books they're extra added, right? That's why 20 books. Now if they want to release the market means, they directly they want can't delete this application, and directly they are not releasing this version. First, how they will do, right? First, they will do the canary deployment. Canary deployment means two applications there will be connecting to the gateway API. In Ingress, it will not support, because two applications at a time we are deploying means two applications the user will be access means Ingress will be not support. That's why we are taking the gateway. Okay, that's why Ingress will be not support. If user want to see if you seen any applications like Paytm, Flipkart, see if definitely this will be connect everyone, Flipkart, in your phone in same product you will able to see 10 rupees, and same product some other guys will be seeing 500 rupees. The difference is they are using the Canary modern deployment, same application only, but the version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, they have multiple versions is there. To the Canary deployment, uh, the version 1 how much people can watch this version 1, version 2 how many people can watch this version 2, how many watches watch the people 3 will get the hit request. That's why they are using the controllers. Okay, they will not use this one, they will use the gateway class, because Ingress it will not support gateway. Gateway class, gateway class is a Ingress now ALB Ingress controller is the same Ingress controller, gateway controller, and instead of the Ingress they are using the gateway resources. Ingress, and there's a one more topic is there, gateway HTTP route resources. HTTP route resource, I will explain these three. In the gateway concept, gateway API concept, we have three concepts is there. To use the gateway API we have three concepts. The first one is gateway class. I will explain this example in 2 minutes. First, I will explain the gateway API. Gateway class. gateway class. Okay. See, in the gateway class means it's a controller like Ingress controller or application ALB controller, same whatever the controllers we are using, the same like gateway class also it's a controller. But this controller will be installed the platform engineers in your company. Any platform engineers is there means that platform engineers this controller it will be installed in the your Kubernetes cluster. Okay. And second thing is gateway API resource. Resource and third HTTP root resource. Gateway root. Okay. This two task is a DevOps engineer's tasks. Gateway resource and gateway HTTPS resource root resource. Okay, see what these two will be do. See, gateway class means it's a controller, and gateway resources means it's a HTTP and HTTPS and certificate managers, and we can where exactly the certificate manager it will be stored. It will be handle everything the gateway resources, and gateway HTTP root resources means it will help um, which service we have to define and which port number, which service configurations, and it will support the same web application firewall what it is supporting, the path based, and which backend services, which path, same whatever it's supporting, same thing only it is supporting, but it will supporting something more. It's a web application firewall supporting, HTTP rewriting supporting, and traffic splitting it's supporting, and Canary model deployment it is supporting. Now I will explain this architecture now. See, her version is 1 books is 10 books is there now, my version 2 is 20 books is there now. My end users want to access my application is 50/50. If first user will be go to the slash book and second user will go to the second version 2, like if 10 members is hitting means out of 10 members is a 50 members will be go to the version 1, 50% will be go to the version 2, or 90% will be go to the version 1, or 10% will be go to the version 2. I want to configure like that. It's a Canary model deployment. It will support the gateway API, and it will support the load balancer also, but we have to use the Ingress controller too many things, but it will support the Kubernetes on the cluster API and node port. Okay, but outside the world means you have to use the gateway API. Okay, these things. And second, traffic switching means 10 users or 20 users. This the same that we're using the help of the Canary deployment. And the second example, see in my slash books, if directly if user will be slash books, if it means it will redirect to the slash books service. Now I don't want to expose my slash books to the outside of the world. I want to rewrite the my path, and that path will be access to the users. If suppose means my if users will be hitting uh, slash bk, for example purpose I'm telling bk, it will redirect to the this service, and my original path is slash book only, slash books only. But if user will be hitting domain slash book means it will redirect to the slash books. This option also is there in the gateway API concepts. Okay, in slowly when you are implementing the hands-on time, I will explain detailedly with the these two concepts and rate limitation concepts. These three concepts I will explain detailedly. Whatever I explain this architecture, same architecture, I will explain in the hands-on demo. At that time, you will be get the better clarity. If you have still any doubts, also, if you're watching the hands-on demo at that time, your all doubts will be clear. Okay, now we will discuss about the API gateway. See, this API gateway is a CRD. CRD means custom resource definition. It means it's a standard way for exact the Kubernetes API gateway. It's a everything is a custom resources, and it's a open source project. Every time there will be updating CRDs, and you will able to access the custom resources. In the custom resources is a gap limitations and whatever things is the features is there. No, same things is a, everything is a custom. You have to install the gateway API and to access and everything. Okay. And now I will explain what gateway API will do, what custom resource will be do, and what HTTP route I do. I already explained, but I will explain something detailed through the architecture level. Okay, and we are using the gateway class. Gateway class means it's a controller. Which controller we are using means we are using the envoy proxy gateway you are using. I will explain the architecture. I already mentioned my architecture in the documentations. I will share you the documents also. Go to the gateway API. The gateway API for installation, the gateway API, just copy that architecture. I will explain it. Okay, this is the first in internet. First, I'm using the NY gateway. It's open source API gateway controller uh, to build on the NY proxy. Okay, this is the simple gateway API, and on it will support on the EKS without OIDC and without IAM needed. We don't need to anything, it will be support. And if user will be hitting the internet to the application load balancer, and it automatically it will create the application load balancers in the envoy gateway. This gateway application load balancer, it will be creating the help of the envoy gateway only. And envoy proxy ports, it will be creating on the this particular namespace, but this particular namespace is the manual namespace. We have to create this namespace and to the install the envoy proxy ports. Okay, this is my envoy gateway. This is my metadata name and gateway resources. This will for the all namespaces. If we have in your organization 10 ports is there means 10 namespaces, is there means in 10 namespaces you have to install these things. Okay, and HTTP routing and your app. Okay, now quickly we will launch our Kubernetes cluster and we will slowly we will implement this all things. See, this is my architecture. Sorry, this is my GitHub repositories. Total certificate manager. First, we will install the certificate manager. And yesterday we deployed the Ingress through Ingress application, right? To the help of the Ingress, we deployed the application. Now, today's video, we are to the gateway help of we are taking the gateway help to the deploying the Paytm application. We are not using the anything about the Ingress. We are not using the Ingress controller also. We are not using the ALB controller also. We are using the Ingress class controller. How we can deploy the Paytm application? Same hands-on demo, whatever we discussed in yesterday. Same thing. I'm using the gateway. And next, I will do the URL rewrite and weightage. It means if I use the weightage, the traffic will be go to the 50-50 without weightage. If I use the weightage means the traffic will be you have to choose the manually. 10 versions is there means which version it will go to the more request, and second request how much request will be go. You have to set the limit like this. Okay, I will explain these five things. First, we have to gateway, install gateway using the EKS NY gateway. Okay, see, I already defined gateway class and gateway. What is this? It's defining the controller handle the gateway. It's same like Nginx or ALB. Okay, now okay. First, we will install the Kubernetes cluster. After that, slowly I will explain with detail. Okay, go to the Kubernetes cluster. Just apply, type no, and run Kubernetes cluster. And you don't need to do any certificate managers in outside. You just do only one thing: create a root 53. Just I will open my okay. Just yesterday we created the outside certificate manager and root 53, right? Today's video you have to create root 53. If you want to use the root 53 or if you want to use the hosting or cloud friend, whatever if you want to use, you can use, but I'm using the root 53. Just create one root 53 and verify what domain is own domain or not. Okay, my T agent CFD. Okay, these two things, it's required. And this is the certificate manager. Last video I created certificate manager, right? We are not using that certificate manager. If you want to delete also, you can delete, but I am keeping because my next couple of projects I'm using the same certificate issues. That's why I keep it, but it is the optional. If you want to delete also, you can delete. But these two things it's manual, two things it's mandatory, and these four root you have to configure in your hosting to profit you have to configure. And if it is success means, if it is own domain, it will be valid, and after that you can create the record once you can deploy the applications. Okay, it will take some time. It's wait for some time and we will create the Kubernetes clusters. Go to the EC2. Go to the EC2 instance. Yeah, EC2 instance is created, but Kubernetes cluster is not created. We have to wait for some time. Okay, yeah, copy the kubeconfig file, refresh, connect Bastion server. I will close existing tabs. Okay, we have three tabs. Okay, go to the root user, update the kubeconfig file, uh, kubectl get nodes. Okay, total we have three nodes is there. Okay, now quickly install the Envoy gateway. Okay, and this is the Envoy gateway official site. You can install here, like otherwise you can use these steps also. I will just show you the Envoy gateway official site. See, this is the cook setup, prerequisites, Kubernetes cluster, everything, and just three commands to install the Envoy gateway and test with external load balancer, or without the load balancer also we can use it, but we are going with the external load balancer support. And here uninstall the steps also is there. Here that today we are discussing about the traffic shooting and securities, observabilities, troubleshootings, API keys, API reference, and everything is there, like Kubernetes extensions. Okay, I will I given the link here. You can go and refer there. If you want to use my steps, you can use it directly my steps. Okay, I'm installing the Gateway API CRD. See, I'm creating the my own namespace. The namespace is Gateway System, and version is V1 7.2 version I'm creating through the Helm chart repositories. Okay, I Helm already installed in my Kubernetes cluster. I'm just running the script. Okay, it's installing. And now to verify the pods is running or not, I'm just running kubectl get pods -n gateway system. See, it's running. My gateway system is running. 01 it's running state, and my GV gateway helm creating. It is creating. You need to wait for 1 minute. It will create it, and your server will be run in 1 and 1. Yeah, it's running, and within the few minutes it will be complete and it will exit, and you will able to see only Envoy gateway only. Okay, and now you need to create one gateway class. This gateway class means it's a uh, how Ingress controller load balancer same type of we are using the Envoy gateway. We need to create one Envoy gateway, and you will able to see that Envoy gateway name is metadata. It's a gateway API. Through this gateway API only, you need to this same name you have to connect on the HTTP routing and gateway YAML files. And whenever you are creating the load balancer on particular namespace, that load balancer it will directly to using this Envoy gateway load balancers. See, controller name and gateway nyproxy.io and gateway class controller. We are creating this one. Just you have to run this same namespace. Sorry, it's the same gateway class. Just kubectl apply. It automatically will apply it. You will able to see the one gateway class. So it's completed. It's only one is there. Okay. Now I'm running the gateway class. I'm creating the controller. Yeah, it's created. Now just type kubectl get gateway class. Kubectl get gateway. See, it's a true. It's true means it's created the gateway a gateway API controller. Okay. And see, remember this name. Whenever I'm explaining the code at that time, you will able to see this name. Okay. And now we created the gateway name and everything it's running. Like if you want to check everything, it's running. Verify it's created or not. So you just run these few commands. It's for optional purpose only. It's not a mandatory. Yeah, see. Envoy gateway is created, envoy gateway networking is created, envoy gateway proxy is created, networking gate it's created everything and it's running and you are able to see some logs. Okay. Now we successfully install the envoy gateway with the CRD and we successfully install the gateway controller. And now quickly we create the certificate manager and after that we will deploy the application. Okay. And first I will clear the screen. Phase one is done. Now let us move to the phase two. Okay, certificate manager. Okay, first I will explain the code. See this certificate manager I'm creating for the EKS automatic. It will create the TLS certificate manager and this certificate manager issue the free SSL certificate to encryption automatically. See, I'm just running kubectl apply and this is the certificate manager GitHub repository and I'm creating on the certificate manager on YAML file. Okay, and I will wait for a few minutes. The certificate manager it will create and you will able to see the three pods it will be running. Okay. And first I need to clone my repository. Just copy the repository. Git clone. Yeah, it's cloning. Okay. Now cd Kubernetes ls list the files. Okay. Now cd 0.6.2 gateway API NLS and cd not one certificate manager. You list the files and cat to read the installing the certificate manager bash script. You'll able to see the code now and you have to just apply these commands. Just sh and install certificate manager. Okay, in few minutes it will create. Just installing the certificate manager on the Kubernetes cluster and next and you will we will see on connecting this certificate manager to the encryption. See this file, API version. See this file is overview on to connecting the certificate manager. Like previous script, it is installing the certificate manager on EKS and that certificate manager to connecting an encryption model. It means the certificate it will be created and that certificate and it will be valid only for the 90 days. And after 90 days, before 65, 70 days at the time, you will able to get the mail and your certificate will be expiring and we are creating a one more certificate. And you don't need to do anything. You will able to just get the mail. See, cluster issued and that encryption prod means and specifications. I am using this one and let's encrypt it send to the certificate expired warning to the email. Means here you need to give your email. Whenever certificate is expiring, at that time you will able to get the mail. And like it's how it will work means your certificate valid 90 days, and your new certificate it will create on every 60 days. Means now today your certificate is created, and after 60 days your new certificate it will be created. And when it the new certificate it will create automatically, this certificate it will be deleted, and this certificate will be primary certificate. And next 60 days it will create one more certificate. At that time this certificate is the primary, and after that only this certificate will be deleted. First the certificate it will create, and existing certificate it automatically it will delete. And this is the production, let's encrypted production we are using. It means if you in each domain you will able to create 5 certificates per day. If you create the more certificates also, your certificate maybe it will be true to the you will not able to false. It means your certificate not created, it will until it will only show the true only, false only. If the certificate is true it is showing means your certificate is created. If your certificate is showing on the false means your certificate is not created, you created the more certificates. That's why you need to wait for the 24 hours. After that your certificate will be it will be created. That's why we are using the, otherwise you can in this place you can use the staging. At that time you will able to create number of certificates and you can delete the number of certificates. uh, because I am explaining the production setup, that's why I'm using the let encryption product. Even every company they are using the same name only. If some companies if in the staging environment they at the time they will use let encrypt minus staging. If they use this minus staging means there are certificates it's creating and it will deleting at there is a no limit is there. But if we are using this name means there we have a limit is there, and that limit is per day we have to only create 5 certificates on particular domain. If you are deleted the 5 certificate means you are unable to create the new certificate within the 24 hours. That's why uh, 5 certificates only per one day. Okay, I hope you got the clarity. I will remove. Okay, close it. And okay, I will take the pencil. Okay, have a first namespace. My namespace is Paytm. I have already told we have a Paytm and URL and URL rewrite. Sorry, URL and weightage and traffic scripting. Total we have three. And now first one is Paytm. I'm in the Paytm. I'm creating one certificate. I'm creating, and this certificate it automatically it will stored on the private key certificate reference. It taking this reference, it will create the certificate, and this certificate it will be stored on the Kubernetes secrets. And that secrets we are calling on the HTTP routing. At that time, it will take that certificate. It will be created. Your new certificate automatically it will create within the 90 days only, within the 60 days, and it will expire on the 90 days. Okay, I'm creating one more certificate for the URL rewrite, and I'm one more certificate is a weightage and traffic shooting also it will create. Just I'm creating the 4 certificates, and that 4 certificates it will be expiring or when it will be creating and everything it will show. But if you created the certificate you are not able to get any mail. Whenever your certificate is expiring at that time before 5 days or before 10 days it will able to see, or whenever it will recreate the one more certificate at the time you will able to get the mail. Until unless you will not get any mails and you will not get, sometimes it will get the spam. Even I in my company sometimes it will come on spam mails and sometimes it will come on the normal mails according to your options you choose. Okay, now quickly I will apply. See, it's running. Total 3 pods is running. Kubernetes certificate and Kubernetes certificate and Kubernetes certificate webhooks. Total 3 certificates is running. Okay. Now we will quickly apply command ls. Okay. kubectl apply minus f cluster issue. Yeah, it's created. Now kubectl get certificate issue. Okay. Just enter. Okay. Yeah. Certificate issues. Some small spelling mistake I written. Okay, no problem. See, your certificate is issued, and see that certificate name is let encryption prod production. It means your certificate is production certificate is created, not staging certificate, and it's ready means it's true. It's true means your four certificates is created, but the four certificates it will be uh, until when you created the with your domain on HTTP routing until it will be on sleeping mode only this certificate. I will explain the small architecture. You will able to understood what the certificate manager it will do. First, I created the certificate manager on EKS cluster through install certificate manager .sh, and this certificate manager I'm using the production certificate manager, and let's encryption I'm not using the staging, I'm using the production directly. Okay, it will connect, let's encrypted, and if I run this command it's created, and this certificate manager it's entire cluster wide. It's not a namespace, it's entire cluster wise. In your cluster there's 100 namespaces there means you can run in one script the 100 certificate managers it will be create. Okay, and the certificate manager it will call let's API models, and that's API model is a own send for the HTTP to the T agent TFT. It's my domain T agent CFD. It's for the HTTP routing, and it's only temporary purpose only HTTP routing purpose only it will work. If it will answer, it means the HTTP it's a respond on the HTTP model, it automatically it, your certificate manager it will be think okay it's a valid domain, that's why it will issue us your certificate manager for the 90 days. It will create TLS certificate, this is the certificate file, and TLS key it is a private key. Total two keys it will create, and these two keys it will store on the Kubernetes secrets in this particular namespace certificate manager TLS. See, still now it's only certificate encrypted API only it's created. But whenever your own domain it's run, at that time it will work for the temporary purpose on HTTP. Once your domain is active, at that time only your TLS certificate and TLS key it will be created, and it will created means automatically it will be stored on the certificate manager TLS on the namespace. Once it will be create means you will able to like just you need to run gateway API gateway YAML file. In that YAML file you need to expose the HTTP and HTTPS. It directly that certificate manager it will connect to the your gateway YAML file. In that YAML file you will able to get the HTTPS response, and it will revenue on the every 60 days. This is the way. And now we created the certificate manager. I given some steps here. Okay, you can take it. Okay, now we successfully certificate manager we created. Okay, now let us start to deploy the on application. Okay, we are deploying the Paytm application, and if you seen the last video, we deployed a same application with the help of Ingress and Ingress controller. And today's video, same application I am building, same code only I am building, but two files I added, and no, total three files I added. One is the service account file, one is the namespace file, one is the gateway API, Envoy gateway. Total three files I added, and I am deploying the same code only to the help of gateway API, Envoy gateway class, and HTTP routing. Total these three help of I'm deploying the my application, Paytm application with the certificate manager. If you observed the last video, we are created the certificate manager in outside, but we are not creating the certificate manager outside. We are creating the inside Kubernetes cluster on a certificate manager. We are creating. We already created. Now we just expose the certificate manager to the our domain. Okay, just open. Okay, this is our code, and now I will just quickly clear the screen. Total two phases is completed, and third phase is deploying the application. Okay, and I will just explain the this deployment architecture. Even you will also get some clarity what we are doing on this phase three. Okay, in the internet, users are accessing with the my domain. My domain is https tagent.cfd. It will redirect to the my gateway system. This is the my namespace. In the namespace, I install the gateway proxy. In the gateway proxy, my pods are running. Okay. If you want to see means, I will show you kubectl get all minus n namespace. See, my pods are everything is running. See, total my pod is running and my service is running and my deployment is running and my replica is running. Okay. And once it will be hit that link and it will redirect to the my gateway class. My gateway class is kubectl get gateway class. Wait. Yeah. See, my gateway class is gateway API. Okay. And the gateway API, it will redirect to the my gateway YAML file. In that YAML file, in my Paytm namespace in the YAML file, I given the port number 80 and port number 443. If user will be hitting on the port number 80 with my domain, it will redirect to the 443 and 443 it will port number it will redirect to the certificate manager TLS secrets and it will go to the HTTP routing. In the HTTP routing, if user will be hitting the certificate tagent.cfd, the path is slash means it will redirect to the Paytm SVC. My Paytm SVC means it is the my service. In this service, it is running on the cluster IP. Please remember these names, Paytm SVC. I will show you the exact where I mentioned this SVC. And it will go to the service account, sorry, cluster IP. And this cluster IP, it will go to the pods. This is the single app I'm exposing on the gateway API with HTTPS. If user will be hitting with my domain, it will go into the ALB, my application load balancer, means elastic load balancer IP. I'm not creating the application load balancer. I'm creating the elastic application load balancer. It means my uh, load balancer you will able to see ELB, and that ELB it will hit the gateway and it will go to the HTTP routing and it will go to the my secret spots and service spots and it will go to the pods and you will able to access my application. Okay, now I quickly explain my code and one by one I will be start deploying. Okay, this is my namespace. I'm creating the my namespace is on the Paytm. Okay, I will just apply this command. Okay, I will just go back. Okay, my two cd2 ls mm, cat namespace. Okay, I will apply kubectl and apply minus f namespace. I created my namespace. Now I will just check my namespace is created or not. Kubectl get ns. You will able to see the my namespace. My namespace is Paytm. It's created. Now I will explain the service account. This is my service account and still now I didn't explain the service account still now in my videos. Actually, service accounts, the video it will come on the rollback concept. Okay, I already taken the video, but I'm not recommending to watch that video because that video is advanced topic on the Kubernetes. We are still in the basics only. When the RBAC concept at the came at that time, I will tell you. You can watch that video. This is the Kubernetes RBAC who will be get the access. It is the um, access like we have access or not there in the particular namespace. We have mainly four subsets there. One is the role binding, cluster role binding, and service account. Okay, now today's video we are just exposing 5% of the RBAC permissions. Just we are creating a service account, and I will explain what is the service account and what is the usage of service account. That is the enough. And when the RBAC at the game, I will tell you. You can watch this video. Okay, not now, but I'm not recommending now. If you are watch means you will able to understood 5 to 10%, but until you're not able to understand because this is one of the advanced concept. If you want to understand this concept means you need to understood few many concepts. That's why I'm not recommending this video. Please skip this video. Okay, if you watch also, I'm very happy. Okay. Okay, I'm creating the API version v1 means it's defining we are using the service account. Okay, and it's metadata. My name is payment SJ. SJ means my service account name, and I'm creating the service account on the particular namespace, and the namespace is Paytm. This particular namespace, I'm creating the service account, and my label is Paytm. Okay, now I will explain what is the service account. See, service account means it will create in your Kubernetes cluster as a token, as a certificate, sorry, as a token or as a secret it will create, and that token and that secret it will mount and inside your pod automatically. It means that certificate, sorry, that token and that secrets it will mount automatically. When it will create automatic, it will mount and inside the pods automatically, and that pods as a token. And usually how it will work means, okay, if one person, this is my namespace, and in the namespace my slash books, slash books, or if you use the HTTP routing, in that time if you given the slash book URL rewrite, you given the only slash b. At the time we created the service account. This service account is a authentication. If the particular access, the particular person, they have access or not in this to enter that namespace. It means if any get request is coming to this particular namespace, if the get request as a access is there or not in this particular namespace, if it is there means it authenticates and it will send the request to the particular pods. If the not there means it will say, okay, you have not access, you don't have access to enter this one, not able to go. If suppose if the access they are using suppose a slash b, if the person is not able to access, it said, okay, you don't have access, you're not able to enter. Okay, it will tell like that. It's just a authentication with your Kubernetes clusters. It's how it will work means, suppose your pods is running, your pods will talk to your service account. Your pods will talk to your service account. That service account it will talk to the token, service account token. It will talk to the service account token, and that service account it will talk to the your Kubernetes APIs service. And that API service, it will talk to the GET request. Means if you are sending any response in the outside of your Kubernetes cluster, it will go to the first API server. And that API server, it will send to the token. And the token has valid or not. It will check the authentication. If it is valid means it will send to the your service account, and that service account it will send to the particular pods, the particular cluster, a service account, particular pods it will be sent it. Like that it will work. uh, the service account concept is very important. Even if you don't create the service account means it is a very disadvantages of your skills. That's why in every company, if they create their own namespace means in that company they definitely they will use the service account. And this service account also they will give the one access. They will use credentials. If in our organizations in this particular namespace 10 people are working means using this service account, you will create the certificate. There will create some login details. Through the login details only you will able to update in this particular namespace. You need to create some ports, or you need to delete some ports, or whatever you did, you have to able to access based on the service account only. Okay, now I hope you got the clarity what is the service account and everything. And okay, now I will quickly apply my service account, and I will just check it my service account is created or not. Kubectl and apply -f service account, svc account. Okay, yeah, service account is created. Now I will just check service account is created or not. Kubectl get sa, sa means service account, and -n Paytm. See, Paytm sa. uh, See, Paytm sa service account is created. And if you not create the service account means it will take by default. By default means it's administration access. Any request it will come. Anyone can enter and delete. Anyone can do the something in our entire organizations. That's why we have to create one service account. Now service account is created. Now quickly we'll deploy the application. Same code I taken. See, API version is app v1. It's defining we are using the deployment, and my metadata it's Paytm, and my label is Paytm. And specifications I'm using the two replicas and select cluster, and it match with the label with the Paytm. Okay, and template is Paytm and specifications. Here I use the service account in this particular debug means in my namespace I created the service account. In that service account I am attaching with my deployment. See service account Paytm SA and my container is Paytm and I am using the mm, a private image. In next video I will take you on one particular video for the how to create the private image and how to deploy your application in the Kubernetes cluster, and I will try to deploy it on my YouTube channel only. It means my YouTube channel, like my videos and everything is same code only. I will write my code and I will deploy the application in the next video, and that is the video number 7. Okay, my container port number is 80, and this is the minimum. It means my minimum CPU is 2.5. It means 0, 0.2. It's my CPUs and memory is 256 MB, and my maximum is zero point 0.5 CPUs and 512 MB memory. Okay, I will apply this one. kubectl apply -f deployment. Okay, kubectl get ports -n Paytm. Sorry. Okay, actually I mentioned the E. Yeah, my two ports are running. Okay, now we deploy the application. Now ports are created. Now you want to create the cluster IP services. Just go for the services SVC. Okay, and see my API version is v1 and my kind is service. And my metadata is Paytm SVC and namespace is Paytm. Label is Paytm. Specification I'm choose the cluster IP. And my port number is HTTP is port number 80 and target port number is 80. And my protocol is TCP. Okay, I will just apply this one. kubectl apply -f svc dot aml. Okay, now it's created. Now I quickly check it's created or not. kubectl get svc -n Paytm. Okay, uh, actually my keyboard is little slow. Yeah, my Paytm svc is created. Okay, still now uh, we did we created the service account, we created the namespace, and we deployed the application, and we exposed the through the cluster IP, and inside our Kubernetes cluster it is working. Now we need to create the gateway API. That gateway API it will create the ELB uh, load balancer. Okay, now I will just explain ELB gateway code. I think I'm waiting lot many things. Okay, see gateway API version. It's I already told whenever I'm explaining the theoretical, this gateway concept also it comes on the networking only, and who have know the networking concepts they have easily understood this concept. You don't have any networking concepts means you have to understood, but you have to spend some time on the hands-on. Okay, please complete this hands-on. Whatever I'm explaining, please complete the hands-on. My kind is gateway, and my metadata is Paytm gateway and namespace is Paytm. In this particular namespace, I'm creating my gateway and specifications. I'm using the gateway class. I told you, please remember on this name. This is here I am using my gateway. This gateway API means my controller, my Envoy gateway controller. I am using the Envoy gateway controller and listener is HTTP. Protocol is HTTP. Port number is 80 and name HTTPS. Protocol is HTTPS and port number is 443 and TLS. It means the mode is temporary. The certificates reference means in this particular reference, its kind is secret. In this particular namespace, certificate manager TLS. Here, you will able to see on the particular namespace certificate. You can take this particular namespace certificate and you have to attach to the gateway. It means we already created the certificates. Until you created the gateway, it will be just dying position only. It will not do anything. It's just small and just sleeping mode only, that certificate. And if you created this certificate, it automatically, to the help of certificate reference, kind secrets and secret manager, means it in this particular namespace you created the four certificates in using the one file. It will go and read this file, and this particular namespace file certificate, it will take it and it will attach it. Okay, and it will attach it whenever I am deploying HTTP routing. See, I will explain this code also. HTTP routing, this HTTP routing means my metadata is HTTP route and name is Paytm, my label is Paytm. Here my specifications is name is Paytm gateway, namespace Paytm. Here I need to change my domain. I need to give my domain. Whatever you have a domain, please give your domain here, and rules match path prefix slash. It means if user has hitting with my domain, it will go to the backend reference Paytm SVC. This is my backend service. See, Paytm SVC. Paytm SVC. This is my cluster IP. It automatically it will go to the my cluster IP, and this is the port number 80. Okay. Now you got the clarity, right? What we are creating. Okay, now I quickly apply these two files, gateway class and HTTP routing. Before applying the HTTP route file, I will update my domain. kubectl apply -f gateway. My gateway is created. Now I'm just updating my domain. Host name is my T agent dot cfd, my domain name. CloudFront distribution, my domain. T agent CloudFront distribution, my domain. T agent dot cfd. Now successfully the domain is done. Now just read this file. Okay, now we gateway is created, right? Now I want to just check the my gateway is running or not. kubectl get gateway -n Paytm. See, this is my load balancer. Okay, I will just check my load balancer. It's create out of ALB or ELB. Just go to the load balancers. This is my load balancer is created on the classic, and it is still is creating stage, and see my ELB load balancer is created. And coming to here, still now it's created on the only port number 80. And when I applied the HTTP routing, at the time you'll able to see on the HTTP port number 80 and port number 360. And these are the initial port numbers, and these are my securities and default. Everything it's not applied because we still now we didn't create the HTTP routing, and we didn't apply the certificate file also. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, I'm just we still it is deployment stage only, right? Okay, now you don't need to do anything. You just go to the route 53. Just go to the route 53. Just create a record. Go to the managers. I already created just now. Go to the T agent CFD. Okay, just create a record. If you want to delete also, you can delete. I already told. Just create a record and apply area C and choose application load balancers and US East one. Choose my domain A3 AZ A3 agent. Okay, just create a record. Okay, but now it will not work. See, it will not work because we are still is deployment stage only, right? We need to apply this path because we created the gateway, but we didn't apply the HTTP routing. If HTTP route, if you apply means it will redirect to on this path, and this path it will redirect to the backend SVC. Okay. Okay. Now I will quickly apply kubectl apply minus half route. It's created. Now I will just check kubectl get HTTP route minus n namespace is Paytm. See, my Paytm CFD is running. Okay, now still now it is working. We deployed everything. Now only one thing is remaining. We need to create a certificate file. I'll just explain this file. See, I'm using the certificate manager.io and my kind is certificate and my metadata is name is certificate manager TLS and namespace is Paytm and my specification is certificate name is TLS and reference means name let encrypt prod means we already created this one on certificate issues, and when certificate manager is creating at the time I explained this two, right? This two it's created, it's just it will take the issued reference means we already certificate manager is created, but that certificate manager is only just for the dying position means it will not do anything until you created this one means that certificate is created, but that certificate I'm attaching to the my DNS. It will not do anything. It's if I apply this file at the time the certificate manager to attach to this particular domain, at that time it will work, otherwise it will not work. Okay, I will just apply this one. Just kubectl apply minus f certificate. It's created. Now we'll just check its certificate is issued or not. You just run this command kubectl get certificate minus n Paytm. If you run this command, if you seen the true, your certificate is attached to the web domain. If you seen the false, your certificate is not attached to the web domain. It will not work. Something you did a wrong mistake or you created the more certificates. That's why you'll able to see. Okay, I just get see my certificate manager TLS is true. It means the certificate is created and the certificate manager is TLS is 2M. Okay, now it is everything is working. Okay, now we recorded also we created it. Now we just quickly test it, its application is deployed or not. Just copy this one. See, my application is running. Okay, now if you want to recharge. Okay, now or if you want to DTH recharge, you can recharge. Electric bills, train tickets can book, flight buckets it's book. See, paid tagent.cfd it's my domain. If I'm type running, it's redirecting to this path slash path. It will go into the backend SVC port number and 80. It is just running. Okay, now if you want to test internally also you can test it. Just you can using the curl commands. Curl and https://tagent dot cfd. See application and you can run on http also. See, http is running, https also it's running. Now I hope you understood to the how to deploy the application to the envoy gateway class, and http routing and certificate manager. See the difference of the gateway, difference between the gateway API and Ingress. Means Ingress you need to create the outside, and certificate manager. Now gateway means inside only, cluster only we are created. But too many things, whatever I explained in the theoretically at the time, you will able to see all things. Now, phase three, it's done. Now, let us go to the phase four. Phase four is URL rewrite. Before going to the URL rewrite, just we will destroy these things. It's not mandatory. Okay, we can destroy everything. Uh, Okay, we will just wait. Just go back. Okay, better to destroy. It is good. kubectl delete minus f http routing. I'm deleting. I'm deleting gateway. I'm deleting svc. Okay, I'm deleting deployment. And finally I'm deploying service account. And I'm deploying the namespace. Before namespace I need to delete the my certificate. And finally namespace. It's deleting. And now let us go to the URL. cd ls cd url. Yes, files is there. Now clear the screen. We completed total three phases, and this is the fourth phase. Now certificate rewrite. Okay. Before I'm just explain the architecture. You will understood what we are doing. This is my architecture. Certificate here. If user is hitting my application on the T agent CFT on this particular path, you suppose if user typing different path slash app slash dashboard or slash paytm slash home or slash API slash v1 slash user, it will redirect to the my gateway envoy gateway. It will redirect to the HTTP route. In this HTTP route I written some you rewrite URLs rules. Means what it means, if user has hitting the app slash dashboard, you can rewrite it to the only slash. And paytm home, you can rewrite to the slash. It's paytm API slash v1 slash star. It means it's a backend. If anyone hitting the backend APIs, at that time you will just write written the only API slash. It means if anyone has anything API slash any use the any name, automatically will redirect to the go to the backend services. And if user has hitting the slash, it will not write anything. It's directly they are hitting the normal domain only. It will be able to open the website. Okay. See pods. See, these the pods are receiving the rewriting URL. Means if user has hitting the slash app dashboard, it will go to the backend ports on the slash dashboard only. It will not go to the slash app dashboards, because we in URL rewrite we rewrite on the URL. I will explain this how we can rewrite the URLs. Okay, and if user has hitting the slash paytm, means it will only go to the slash home page only. It will go. And if API slash v1 slash user, means it will go only for the API user only. In between the v1 it will be removed. We are just rewriting. Okay, and it will go to the Paytm SVC. It means it's a public URL. It means public URL. They are using the some different in the internet URL, and gateway has writing the something different URL. And it's just forwarding it to the pods, and pods never seen the whatever the actual link, an actual um, URL in the particular namespace of particular application. The users will be not able to see. Means in our only your organization people's only they are able to see. In outside people they are not able to see. If my microservice URL means slash Paytm slash home, okay, but users will be accessing only slash Paytm. But users just don't know what my exact URL in the microservices. This is the one of the securities attack. That's why suppose this is a small understanding. If you're not understood still in architecture, you will able to understood here. See, without URL, if user hitting the slash API slash home, it will go to the directly slash API slash home. It is not a good practice. It is not a security. It is a security attack sometimes. If URL with rewrite means if user is hitting the slash app slash home means it will redirect to the slash home. It means it's a prefix slash app is skipping. Okay, it means your app is running on slash, but you are want to exposing the slash app means you are exposing the slash app, but user is hitting the only slash. Okay, your versioning is API, but you are hitting on the app v1 means your end of the things your slash API only, but your thing is API v1 is skipping. It means currently I don't have any backend. I'm just only front end application only. If anyone has hit the API slash v1 means you will able to see the 404 not found. Okay, and this is the small difference. User hit pod received. If user hitting slash app means user will be pod will be received only slash. If pod apps nothing, it will receive only nothing only. It will skip the app. The rules is app is skipping. It is a prefix. This is the rules, and slash Paytm means the Paytm is a prefix and it is skipping, and it will redirect. And v1 also it's prefix, and that's why it's just replacing. Okay, these are the small rules. Okay, in the code you will get the clarity what changes I did previous code and now. And whatever Paytm application, same application I am deploying, but few changes I did on the URL HTTP route. But I will explain the code and you will understood the better clarity. Okay, first I will explain the namespace. Namespace, I'm creating the URL rewrite, separate namespace, separate service. Okay, and I'm creating the service account. This service account I'm creating the under URL rewrite namespace. My service account name is PTMSV, same name. Okay, and I'm going to the deployment file. Deployment also same file. I'm using the Paytm application H111 application only. Paytm latest and container 80. Same CPUs and same memories. Everything I'm using the same application whatever I used on the Paytm application. Okay, and now I'll go to the service. I'm using the cluster IP. This cluster IP I'm using the URL rewrite. Now coming to the gateway. Here in the gateway, API version is the gateway. It's defining we are using the gateway. Okay, and metadata. This metadata name is URL rewrite gateway. It means like we are creating the certificate class, right? This certificate class, right? We have mentioned this one. I will show you this one. Where is this file? Yeah, cluster issue. So in the cluster issue, we are creating okay, name is kind is gateway and name is URL rewrite gateway. It means we are creating the four certificate issues, like means isolated means one cluster issue. We are creating the four namespaces. That's why go on take this cluster issue. We are defining like that. Okay, go back. Okay, it's taking this cluster issue there. It's metadata URL and with the HTTP and HTTPS routing, and remaining everything is same. Namespace is from the same. It means this namespace it's creating the certificate manager, and the certificate manager it will allow to the HTTPS and HTTPS and secrets. See, and it will create the four certifications. The four certifications it will one certificate it will be stored on the URL rewrite TLS. It will on this name and namespace is URL rewrite. It will go on. It will take that certification reference, and it's the mode is temporary. Okay, and HTTP routing. Okay, and Paytm I'm using the API version is networking, and kind is HTTP routing, and metadata I'm using the Paytm URL rewrite. It means it will take that cluster issued and namespace Paytm URL and label and specific. Okay, and host name, it's my domain. Like previously, I used only T agent CFD. Why I used the TSCFD means like we are using the production uh, certificate managers, right? We have a limit is there, but in one domain we have to you create only 7 domains only, like 7 certifications only per week. Per week we have to create 7 certifications only because it's a production, right? If you're creating and if you're deleting means it will not work, right? That's why I'm using the subdomains. Like my previous application, paytm applications, I created on T agent CFD, but now i'm creating I'm creating URL rewrite agents. Okay, I later on when I'm updating this project, I will do some changes here like Paytm URL T agents. Like previously, I don't have any subdomain. I directly deployed it. Now, whenever uh, updating the code at the time, I will do changes on the front end applications. Sorry, this Paytm URL also Paytm dot T agent URL T agent dot CFD. I will update it. Okay. Otherwise, you can use T agent. It's fine. Okay. But here I'm using the different host name. Here host name is URL rewrite T agent. If I hit this link, it will able to access my application. Okay, and we have 4 rules is there. First rule is if URL rewrite dot agent CFD my domain slash app. If I hit this link, it will redirect to the go to the slash. It will go to the home page. It means HTTP rewriting. It's if I hit this domain, see my meta match my path fix is slash app. It filter, it's rewriting, it's replacing path physics to the slash. It means my application is on the slash. But if my front end, I'm using the slash app. It's I'm hitting this one. It will redirecting to the slash. It slashes. It will go into the backend reference. This is my Paytm SVC. In the Paytm SVC, I am able to access the my application. I will tell you one more time. This is my domain. Okay, but if you hit my domain, I will able to access my application. But what I did, if slash app, if you hit this full link also, you will able to access my application. I'm telling like that. Okay. And second, if I want to access a Paytm application, I am accessing the Paytm application only, but is the front end UI. It's just only front end. There is no back end. That's why I'm just changing the URLs in the front end. Like front end, if any URLs hit means it will redirect into the front end application in the back end. Okay. Now my second rule is if I hit my domain with slash Paytm, it will redirect to the slash. Slash means home page. Here also slash means it's home page. Okay. This is a URL. It's URL rewrite dot agent dot cfd dot slash Paytm. If I hit this one, the pods received as a slash. It means path physics value is slash Paytm. This is my I if you want to change here slash Paytm is slash URL, whatever if you hit. If the same it you hit, it will redirect to the slash path. And my Paytm SVC and port number 18. And coming to the backend, currently I don't have any backend. But in the backend, if any slash API slash V1, if I hit, it will redirect to the API. If API means it will backend services. Currently, I don't have any backend services. That's why you'll able to see the 404 not found because my if it's a front end only, backend is not there. That's why you'll be able to see the 404. If backend is there means it will go to the backend API URL and slash UI. It will go to the backend. See, this is slash API slash V1. I given path prefix, but replace prefix match. It will go to the API. Okay. And fourth rule is default. If I hit this directly or anything, if I hit, it will not change anything. It will go to the pod receive. It will directly receive your application. Okay. Slash means my application is running on the slash. You're able to see like this. Okay. And finally, and certificate manager. Okay. See here, this is a cluster wise. This cluster, see, this cluster issue, this is a cluster wide. It's just creating the certificates. It's just creating. Okay, I mentioned here also, and here that my certificate. Okay, see, I'm creating the certificate manager. It will match with the URL rewrite certificate. Okay, my certificate name is m- sorry, my namespace is URL rewrite. It's label. It's must match with the selectors in the cluster issues. See, it's match the cluster issue. See selector. If it is match means it will able. If URL rewrite, it's if it is match means it will create the certificate on here. You will able to access the application. Okay, and solver is URL rewrite. This is the my namespace and specifics URL rewrite TLS certifications. Here we store the secrets. I and it will take the it issue the certification and reference. It will be stored there and name is its production. I'm using kind is cluster issue and DNS name is URL rewrite T agent CFD. In this particular DNS name, it will create the certificate. And if you hit this link, you will be able to access the my application. Okay. Now you got the clarity. Now quickly we will deploy the application and you will be able to access the my application or not. You will be able to see it. Okay. Okay. And I will list the files. Okay. I am able to see the my files. Okay. Now first I will deploy the namespace kubectl apply minus f namespace. My namespace is created. And now I will create the service account. kubectl apply minus f service account. My, my service account is created. If you want to check the service account is created or not, you just type kubectl get sa service account minus n url rewrite. See, my service account is created. Okay. Now I will deploy the application kubectl apply minus f deployment. Sorry, deploy. It's deployed. Now I will check my pods are running or not. Okay, my pods are running. Okay, now I will create service is the cluster IP kubectl apply minus f service account. Sorry, service. Just replace with pods with SVC. You will able to see the service cluster IP is created or not. Yeah, it's created. Okay. Now, final step will create the gateway. The gateway it will create the load balancer. You will able to access the application through the custom domain. Okay. kubectl apply minus f gateway. Okay, let us check the gateway is created or not. See, my load balance is created. Now it's true. Just go back, just refresh. Yeah, it is created. Okay, now go back and now we will create the HTTP routing. See, before deploying, here you need to change your domain. My domain is T agent CFD. That's why subdomain I'm using the URL rewrite. Same thing, you have to replace your domain. After that, you have to create a one record. Create a record, URL rewrite, aliasing, application load balancer, and US East one. Select. Okay, and I quickly save. Copy this link. I will delete this one. but you are unable to access the application because I didn't deploy the application, right? Okay. You don't need to change. Just change this one. Okay. And save and exit. kubectl apply minus f http route. It's created. And now next thing, you need to create the certificate manager. First cat certification. Okay. Here also you need to change your domain DNS name. Okay. And set kubectl get, sorry, apply minus f certification. It is created. Okay. Now let me check the certificate is created or not. First I will check the secrets is it's there or not. Okay. kubectl kubectl get certificate it's created or not. I will check first. Certificate dot ml certificate dot minus n url rewrite. See, it's true. It means you were able to access the application. You just refresh. See, my application is running. Okay. Now, once again, you have to apply the gateway kubectl apply minus f gateway and refresh. HTTPS. Yeah. See, sometimes if you are accessing HTTP is not redirecting means just once again you have to apply the gateway means before only we are creating the load balancer. After that we are applying the deploy. After that we are applying the application domain. That's why sometimes it will be take some time. That's why if you want to quickly access means create one more time gateway, you will able to access the gateway application. See, we're able to applications. Okay. Okay, now I will test it and I given some commands to test. Okay, see, if you hit this one, you will able to access the load balancer. See, this is my gateway load balancers. Okay, and next, for testing purpose, okay, and this is the URLs I given, T agent URLs. I'm using the curl commands because if I hit means multiple times it's missed. That's why. Otherwise, you can access the here also, no problem. Okay, slash Paytm. See, same in slash Paytm also, I'm accessing the same application. Okay, and slash app. See, I'm accessing. Okay, and now which URL we given and HTTP routing slash app, it's redirecting to the slash and slash Paytm, it's redirecting to the slash and now slash API slash V1. Now you'll able to get 40 not found. See, it's not found because we don't have any backend. It's just front end that it will not able to redirect the backend, right? That's why it's showing not found. Okay, and you'll able to check the health check also, but health check I didn't given. Okay, and now let me check using the curl command. Okay, I will just type here. I'll remove health check. Okay, it's not found because in my front end health check I didn't write the code. That's why it's showing not found. And backend I don't have any backend. I'm using now my Paytm application is only front end only. There's no back end is there. That's why it's not found. The URL rewrite it's not found for this service. And Apache 24.8 Ubuntu. It's URL rewrite T agent. It's port number 80. Okay. I hope you understood. Like if you want to test internally means you just use these commands. See, you'll able to access everything. The code is this is the only front end code, and you'll able to access everything. Okay. Okay. And now we successfully done with the part 4. Okay, now I will just go back. First, we install the part 1 and certificate manager part 2 and Paytm application part 3 and URL rewrite 4. We successfully completed the 4 phases, and fifth phase is weightage. Okay. See, weightage and profit shifting is both same topics, but I mentioned is two different topics. See, both is Canary model deployment only. Canary deployment is same. But why I mentioned these two parts means it's weightage. If you mention the weightage means you are able to application. You have to mention manually like my first version 90%, second version is 10%. If you not mention means weightage, the traffic shifting it will go into the two different topics. Okay. And first I will explain without weightage. Okay. First, I explain that theoretically. Like if you understood that theoretically, you will able to understood this concept. But once again, I will explain it here. Okay. This is my Amazon application. Tomorrow, I have some stocks is there. Stock is there. This stock is old stock, but I want to sell this one. But this is very limited stock. I have only four iPhones is there. iPhone 7. Okay. Four iPhone 7 is there. Model is iPhone 7. Now I want to sell these four products, but no one has buying these products. I want give these products with a low price. If you observe sometimes, some products you will able to see, some products you are not able to see, but your friend able to see the some products. Same like that. Currently, my application is running, and I updated these services on another service, another application. This application want to run, and same like this application want to run, but I want to audience will be access these applications, like everyone will be access application. Meanwhile, in the entire people's only certain people's only access. That means both applications I will be deploy in my Kubernetes cluster. Okay, wait my notepad. Okay, yeah, both I will deploy in my Kubernetes cluster. This is my Kubernetes cluster. I deployed. This is my normal Amazon application. This is normal Amazon application, but some offers is there. In that offers is four iPhones. I want to sell with the low price, but the luckiest person will able to buy it. It means this the Canary modern deployment. This the deployment strategies. In next video, after the next video, I will take the deployment strategies. There is a total three deployment strategies there. I will explain. One is the Canary modern. Some three four topics is there. I will explain to the Canary modern deployment. This Canary model deployment, by default in the Kubernetes, it will not work with the help of the Ingress or Gateway API method only to able to access this Canary model deployment. Okay, in this Canary model deployment, I will use the weightage. Uh, if if I use the weightage, and I will use my main application. This is the V1. This is the V2. This is the version 2. My weightage, my Canary model deployment, I have it. This is a version 1. Version 1 and version 2, I will able to see. Okay, in this version 1, 90% users will be access on my version 1. Only 10% people's only access on my version 2. It means only 10%. If you take 100 people are accessing my application, only 10% only able to see these offers. Remaining members, they will not see the offers. If you means if you hit this application for the 100 times, only you will able to see 10 times only these four offers. Okay, that's why like you if you you have also faced these situations. Like sometimes if you in any telegram channels, they will mention like, I got a iphone, I got a shoe in 2000, I got a iphone, I got something deals in the very 10 rupees, I got 5 rupees deals. Like they will sell these stocks on this using the Canary Morian deployment 90%. If you not used the weightage concept, this weightage concept, if you not used means using the Canary Morian deployment, the version 1, it will go to the 50%. It will go to the 50% without using the Canary Morian deployment. And version 2 also, it will go to the 50%. The traffic will be splitting. Traffic will be splitting. 50-50, it is 50. That's why I used the two, I divided the same concept Canadian modern deployment. I used the same models in the two ways. One is weightage and one is the traffic splitting. Traffic splitting, I used the weightage concept, and in the weightage concept I didn't use the weightage concept. Are you understood? Now I will explain. See, in the HTTP routing, see, this is my deployment version 1 and this is my deployment version 2. In the HTTP routing, see, in the backend reference, HTTP routing service 1 and HTTP service 2. Both are running port number 80. But I didn't use any weightage. That's why it is going on 50-50. I will explain with weightage also, but this is without weightage code. Okay. Weightage routing, no weightage with 50-50. Okay. The concept you understood without weightage. Okay. And the two topics, weightage concept and traffic shooting topics. Here I mentioned the weightage. In fifth traffic shooting, I mentioned the weightage concepts. Here I didn't mention the weightage. The results is here going to the version 1 is 50-50. Here the version is, it will go to the 90% for the traffic shooting and 10% it will go to the version 2. Okay. And it's a blue green deployment. It's, see, 90% it is going on the version means, it means 90% for the version 1, 90% is version 2, means this application model is Canadian modern deployment. It's a rollout. 50-50 means it's a blue green deployment. See, what is blue green deployment? What is Canadian modern deployment? This is the, it will comes these topics on the deployment strategies. In next 2 to 3 videos, I will be explaining this detailedly. But in this video, I'm explaining detail. Please understood carefully. Okay. Okay. My 100 users hitting my application, it will go to the Envoy gateway, and Envoy gateway I deployed HTTP routing the two applications. And first user will be go to the uh, first service, first V1, and second user will go to the V1. Here also you think it will be percentage, like if 10 percentage, if you 100 percentage, 50% will be go to the V1, 50% will go to the V2. We can't judge like if I hit this application for 4 times, sometimes it will go to the 3 times for the version 1 and 1 time one version 2. Or if I hit 10 times, if 10 times, if it is going continuously, it will go to the V1, and continuously it will go to the V2. It means out of 100%, it will go to the Bitwins. If you take 10 requests, it will go to the 5 requests, it will go to the continuously or in order or whatever things, it will go to the V1. And second request, 5 requests, it will go to the V1. Or first request, you can go to the V1, second request, will go to the V2, and whatever things, it will go to the 50-50. I'm not using the weightage concepts. It is a Kubernetes default for the blue-green deployment. 50% users will be accessing on the Paytm SVC V1 and Paytm using the Paytm SV2. Okay. This is without mentioning the weightage. In the next video, I will be able to show the weightage. Okay. Now I quickly explain my code and you will be able to understood. And after that, I will start the deployment. Okay. I think previous application it is working or not. I will just check it. I'll just remove the health check. Yeah, you will be able to access. Okay. And I will just clear the screen. Okay. ls, sorry, ls. Okay. cd, fourth phase, ls. Okay. Now I will quickly explain my code. I'm creating the namespace. Namespace is weightage. Okay. I'm creating the service account. This service account is weightage. In this service account name, in the namespace only, I'm creating the service account. Same code I'm explaining. Few things only I changed the code. Okay. Instead of the changing the here, that's why only I written the code in separately. Ever better understood. Okay. This is the deployment. For your better clarity, I am using the two different applications. Okay, see, my first application I am using the Paytm. Okay, same application. See, this version is V1. Version is V1. What means kind is deployment and namespace is weightage and label is Paytm. Version is V1. Specifically, I'm using the two replicas and my metadata template, and I'm using the service account and my container. I'm using the my first version. I'm using the Paytm application. Okay, remember first application, first version. I'm using the Paytm application. Container port number is 18, and is maximum CPUs and minimum CPUs. Okay, and go back to the second version. Here I am using the Geo Hotstar application. My first application is Paytm and second application is my Geo Hotstar. It means if users is accessing, the first user will be go to the Paytm application, second user will be go to the Geo Hotstar applications. This is my version 2. Okay, Paytm V2. Okay, and coming to the interesting point. Okay, I'm using the cluster IP. My cluster IP name is Paytm SVC V1. Um, and go to the cluster IP and Paytm SV2. It is the second deployment. Okay, and coming to the gateway, this gateway, I'm using the gateway and gateway weightage gateway. It means it will redirecting on it's a metadata for entire certification management and product and everything. If you are observed here, certificate issue, gateway weightage. If it is match means you will able to access this cluster issued. Okay, okay, and HTTP routing and namespace is for same. Okay, HTTP4 and certificate reference it's kind of secret, and this is different with the name. It means the secret will be created, but the secrets for the for only weightage TLS. This weightage TLS only we are using. And coming to the HTTP routing, okay, Paytm weightage, namespace weightage, and label. And here my weightage gateway for the namespace and my domain. You need to change your domain. Here I am using the weightage T agent domain. I told you why I am using the weightage domain because we have only 7 requests only is there. If you delete any creating means it maybe some certificates maybe sometimes you will get the false. That's why for better purpose I'm using the weightage concepts. Okay, and rules, and I'm just rules only one rule. If person will be hitting this link, it will directly go into the my slash path. And slash path means you'll be able to access the both applications. I didn't mention any weightage. And the Kubernetes it will splitting with the 50-50. It's a route disturbing. This is the first service and second service. First version and second version. Okay. And going to the certificate manager. In this certificate manager, see it's must match with the selectors in the cluster issued. Okay, it's matching. And see issued reference. It's a production. It's cluster issues. DNS name is weightage .tagent.cfd. In this particular DNS only, you will able to access this application. In this particular namespace only, it will create the certificate. Okay, everything is done. Okay, now I will quickly deploy the application. ls. Okay, now first I will create the namespace kubectl apply -f namespace kubectl get ns. See my weightage namespace is created. Okay, and now I will create the service account kubectl apply -f svc service account. Okay, my service account is created. Okay, now I will create the deployment, and after the deployment we will quickly check it. Apply -f deployment v1 is created. Okay, same v2 also I will create. I'll check the pods are running or not. Kubectl get pods minus n weightage. Total 4 pods. It is running. Two for version 1, two for version 2. Okay, it's everything is running. Now I will create the services cluster IP for the both deployment service 1 and service 2. Kubectl apply minus f service v1. 1 minute. This file is, I'll check. Okay, svc. Yeah, it's created. Service 2. Service 2 also is created. Now I'll check svc. Okay, for that, this is one cluster IP1 and this is the version 2. Okay, now I will create the gateway kubectl apply minus f gateway. The gateway is created. Now I will check the gateway is created or not. See, the gateway is created. The gateway, it starts with this load balance is A to B. Okay, like previously we didn't delete it. Okay, just refresh. Okay, previously it's A77. Now A to B. Now I will be create the record, create a record, and that record is weightage. Create the aliasing. Classic application load balancer. US East one and A to B. Save the record. Just copy this one. Okay. Now, okay, load balancer is created. Okay. Now I will apply the HTTP routing. Kubectl apply minus f HTTP routing. Yeah, it's created. Okay. Now let me create the certificate manager for this particular namespace. Like you need to update your domain name before applying this HTTP routing. You need to update here, right? You need to update your domain name here. Okay. Now I will certificate. Here also you need to update your domain. Okay. Kubectl apply minus f weightage. Uh, certificate. Yes, certificate is created. Let me check the certificate is created or not. Kubectl get certificate minus n weightage. It's true. It's 2 means its certificate is created. Now quickly refresh. We need to wait for few minutes. Okay, and one more time I will apply the gateway. Okay, uh, and now for less testing purpose. Okay, I will just verify anything is missing or not. Okay, we need to wait for few minutes. It's running, created, running, load balancer, HTLS, and this particular domain. Let me check where is the problem. Yeah, here also everything is good. Why it's not working? Let me check the load balancers. Yeah, I got it. The problem is the load balancer is still it is creating one out of three instance. Okay, let me wait for a few minutes. It will be create. Okay, let me wait for a few minutes. Okay, I'll once again refresh. Okay, this is URL reader. I will close this one. Okay, once again I'll refresh. Usually it will take time. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, first one it is working, and second is Hotstar application. Test internally. Okay, using the curl commands you will test it. Okay, just go back. I given some commands here. Just use this request. Okay, using the curl commands you can test it. Yeah, this is the commands. First time it's going to the Hotstar. This is the Hotstar, and second time going to the Paytm application. This is the Paytm application, and third time it's go to the Paytm. Fourth time again Hotstar. Fifth time Hotstar. Sixth time Paytm. Hotstar. Paytm. Hotstar. Paytm. Paytm. Hotstar. If you observed, out of 10 requests, it is going on 50-50. Okay, now let us start. First time, see, if I hit two times, first time it's go to the Hotstar, and second time it's go to the Paytm. Third time, fourth time, see, one and one, it is coming like this. Now it's going on. Now it's going on. First request is going on this one is Geo Hotstar, and this one Hotstar. Same like this. Okay, see, so Geo Hotstar, yeah, see, it's went to the Paytm again. It's a Paytm application. And if again refresh, it's go to the Hotstar. It's out of 10 requests, it's a 50-50 it is going on. See, one is Hotstar, and again it's going to the Paytm. It's 50-50 it is going. Okay, now you got the clarity. It's 50-50. Like if 10 requests, it's going on 50%, it's 10 requests, it's going on 50%. Okay. Now, okay, if you want to send the request, it's continuously, it's 10 times also, it's good. It's just run these commands, just run the script. See, it's going on 10 risk, 10, 10, 10 times. Okay. Okay. I hope you got this clarity about the weightage without weightage. And now I will add the with weightage. CD, ls, CD5, script, ls, clear. I will explain the code now. I'll just delete, remove this one, go back. I given the commands everything here. You don't need to tension anything. You just practice. It's the most important. Okay. Same here also. I will explain you. See, I'm using the weightage concept. In this weightage concepts, usually, like weekly it will update. Means if any company has new changes it's deployed, means this changes first, it's there will go to the Canary modern deployment. In the Canary modern deployment, the first week, uh, they'll go to the 90%, and second week and they will go to 70, and third week they will go to 50, and fourth week they will delete the entire version 1, and there will be move only version 1 version 2 only. Like this, it's the Canary modern deployment. Slowly the users will be accessing on the version 2. The first 1 week it's 10%, second version is second week is 30%, fourth week is 50%, fourth week is 100%, like that, using the Canary modern deployment. See, 100 users, uh, gateway and web gateway, HTTP routing 90% and 10%. It's like that. Okay, now I'll quickly explain the code. Just I'm creating the namespace. Namespace is traffic switching, and I'm creating the service account. In the service account is Paytm SWA, same service account. Okay, I'm using the two deployments, same code I'm using. First is Paytm application, and second I'm using the Swiggy application. Sorry, second I'm using the GeoStar application. Same applications I'm using, and I'm creating the service V1 version with the cluster IP, and second cluster IP and version 2. Now going back gateway, I'm using it same. I'm traffic scripting and same thing I'm using. I'm HTTP. I'm changing only here only. I'm just adding here weightage. Only one thing I added. Previous code and this code 99% is same. I just changed only one thing here. I just add weightage 90. I just add weight 9 10. Here I add 90%. Here add. It means the users will be accessing 90% out of 100%. 90% users will be going on the version 1, and 10% users will be going on to the version 2. This is the Canary modern deployment. Don't worry, no problem. I will explain one more time in the same concept. Okay. And now I quickly deploy this application. This service account cluster certificate name is traffic shooting T agent CFD. Now I will deploy the application. You need to change this. You need to change your certificate DNS name and HTTP routing. These two names you need to change. Okay. I will create the namespace kubectl apply -f namespace. It's created. Now I will check the namespace is created or not. Kubectl apply, sorry, get ns. Yeah, traffic shooting namespace is created. Okay. Now I'll create the service account kubectl apply -f service account. Yeah, service account is created. I will check the service account is created or not. Kubectl get service account minus and traffic waiting. Copy. Yeah, service account is created 28 seconds back. Okay, now I will deploy the application. V1. V1 is deployed, and V2. I'll check the ports. kubectl get ports. In first version, it's running in two pods, and second version it's running on one pod because I choose in version second version is one pod. I choose only replica is one. Yeah. In second version, I choose the one replica. That's why it's running in one pod. Okay. And now I will create the services in cluster IP, right? kubectl apply minus f service svc service v1 ml file and version 2 file. I will check it's kubectl svc. Yeah, two services is created. One for version 1 and one to second version. Okay, now I'll quickly create the gateway kubectl apply minus f gateway. Its gateway is created. Now I will check the gateway, remove svc and type gateway. The gateway is created. The load balancer is A424. Just refresh. I deleted the previous two deployments. Okay, A424. Okay, now I'll create the record and create a record and just go back to certifications. You need to replace here. I'm choosing the right name. Sometimes I will just type the wrong names. That's why copy and pasting. Choose aliases, application load balancers, and here US East 1, A424. Same thing, right? A424, A424. Okay, traffic scripting. Yeah, now it will not work because HTTP routing is I'm not deployed right now. Quickly, I will deploy that one, and after that, I will test it. This one is weightage one. Okay, I will remove this one first. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Now next, kubectl apply minus of HTTP route. Okay. Yeah, it's created HTTP routing. Now I will create the certificate kubectl apply minus f certificate. It's created, and now let me check the verifications it's created or not. I'll check everything at a time only. This is the verifications parts. Instead of typing all commands, I'll just copy and paste it. I will check it. Okay. Total three ports is running, and this is my service account. See, okay. Total three ports is running. Two for version one for version two, and this is my service account, and this two for my cluster IPs for version one, version two. This is my load balancer is the gateway API, and this is my traffic splitting. The certificate manager is true, type is true, and this is my secrets. Kubernetes.io.tls. It is my secrets traffic splitting, and now I will test the one for roster. Okay, HTTP routing is not working. Next, I will redeploy that gateway. It will work. kubectl apply minus f gateway. Yeah, configure one more time. Now it will work. We need to wait for few. I think the load balancer is creating stage. We need to wait for few seconds. Yeah, it still is creating stage. Okay, we need to wait for few seconds. Okay, let me refresh one more time. Yeah, it's working. Okay, third time, fourth request, fifth request, sixth request, seventh request. It's Hoster. Out of seven requests, first time it's went to the Hoster. Eighth request again Paytm. Ninth request, 10th request. Out of 10, only one time. 11th request, 12th request, 13th request, 14th request, 15th Hotstar. Out of 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Out of 20, only two times only went like this. Okay, now you can test using the curl command also. Copy the curl command. This is the curl command. See, now went. See, this is the Hotstar. Paytm, 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 Paytm. See, most of all request it is going to the Paytm only. Only one time it's went to the Hotstar. Okay, I hope you got the clarity. And please try to delete each services. After that, you delete the cluster because your cluster gets some issues because in the internet facings. That's why first delete the all services. I given the all commands here. Just delete it everything here, and after that delete your Kubernetes cluster. Please spend some time. I know this is very long video, more than 2 hours, and please watch that end video and try to delete everything. And please spend for 1 hour for this entire concepts. This is total five concepts. You need to spend a lot of time because this is a very big concept. uh, if you didn't understood, please ping me the message in the LinkedIn. I will be reply and I will be clear your doubts, because if you not understood this concept, you are not able to work in the Ingress control. You are unable to work in the Kubernetes clusters in the organizations. If you want to work in the Kubernetes in your organizations, you have to must know the Ingress controller, Ingress, Gateway API, Envoy Gateway. Must know these four topics. If you don't know the topics and you just using the Kubernetes cluster, means it's waste. You will be lose your job. That's why please spend some time and please complete your all tasks and delete everything. Okay, and just an URL rewrite also you can delete, and everything I given detailed steps I given. Just watch the 2 hours video and please try to delete everything. I'm just helping you. Please delete everything. Complete. Okay. I think it's deleted everything now. Okay. Oh, sorry. I changed the directory, right? CD, ls, cd3 URL rewrite. Okay. I'm deleting. Please delete everything. Otherwise, it will cost bill, right? Okay, and URL rewrite also. I'm deleting everything. Okay, meanwhile, you have any doubts, ping me in the comment section. I will be tell your doubts. Okay, and end of the day, you learn Gateway API concept. Okay, and next video, I will be cover private image deployment. I will deploy on YouTube application, our YouTube application only. I will deploy same. You will able to see the same UI. You will able to see the same UI application only. I am deploying. Okay, and our YouTube has crossed the 1.56K. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, it's deleted. Okay, cd the Kubernetes, cd 0.6.2, cd 4 weightage. I'm deleting weightages. Okay, and please delete this records also, because it will cost money. uh, $0.5 it will cost. Please delete the records. Okay, and I will delete the a record and a test record. Okay. mm, okay, tomorrow this is the architecture. Okay, tomorrow I will explain. Okay, and delete the Kubernetes cluster also. Go to the actions. Okay, and run more flows. Destroy. Type S. It's destroy. It will like 15 minutes, 16 minutes. It will take time. No worries. And okay, let us end the video. Thank you very much for watching this video and understanding. If you understood this concept, I am very, very, very happy. Okay. If you not understood, please ping me the message. I will be clear your doubts. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will see you on the next video. Private image deployment. Thank you.